Using mock sales data, this video we will learn how to uncover seasonality in sales and how to calculate the forecast for future sales. I will demonstrate two different but similar ways to calculate the forecast. Starting with the Seasonality Index, let's begin by formatting the sales figures into a cleaner, more readable format. When we chart the monthly sales data of the first store, we can see the obvious sales fluctuations the store experiences throughout a year, in this case 4 years. To smooth out this line, we're going to calculate a rolling yearly average starting at the last month of the first year. To calculate a particular month's seasonality index, the equation is monthly sales divided by the rolling average at that month. At this point, the list doesn't read like much. So this will be transferred to a new chart where we can calculate an overall seasonal index. All that means is to take the average of each month's 3 seasonality indexes. We'll apply a 2-color scale for better visibility. Now we can clearly see that store number 1's peak sales season lands largely within midsummer to early fall. The exact same calculations can be made for store number 2. You can see here store number 2's seasonality index is similar in when peak sales occur. If a visual chart is more applicable, a line chart can be inserted quickly. Though store number 1 also has a dip in the months of May and June, it exhibits a better consistency leading up to the peak season than store number 2. This next section will go through 2 methods of forecasting. We're going to paste in the averages for store 1 into the graph. Using Excel's built-in trend function, we can see what we need to find. Our goal here is to find values that make up that linear trend. The first method available to use is the forecast function. Typing equals forecast. This needs 3 values. The first value will be the date. The second is the set of known Y values. In this case, it will be the averages we calculated for store number 1. The third is the set of known X values, which will be the corresponding dates. Paste these values into the chart and you can see the 2 lines overlaid on each other. However, sales are not typically this linear. Using the seasonality index found previously, apply that to the forecasted values. Now our forecast is affected by seasonality. The second method also gets us the forecast, albeit in a different manner. Specifically using the straight line equation y equals m times x plus b. Excel has functions for finding both slope and intercept. Type equals slope and select the range of known y's for store 2, in this case store 2's averages. Then select their corresponding dates. The same variables will be selected when using the intercept function. Using these 2 numbers, we can now calculate store 2's forecast. The equation is equals slope, anchor this cell, times the date, plus the intercept, also anchor this cell. Now we can put all these values into a graph and double-check our straight line formula with a trend lines equation. They look similar. Pasting in Store 2's forecast, we see the same issue. Sales are not typically this linear. Apply Store 2's Seasonality Index to the equation. Now our forecast is affected by seasonality.